are back with our regularly scheduled programming, the main quests. I am slowly working on ranking up in the Maelstrom to be able to get an apartment, and while I do that, I figured I should do the main quests and keep progressing the story, and eventually, when I level up enough, I will get that apartment and do like a decorating episode, if you guys are interested in seeing that. Anyways, we finally defeated Leviathan, and we started the first round of coils. I know there's one more, but I'm not going to do that one just yet. Maybe I'll level up a little bit more before then. So now let's go talk to Merlewib, I think. So many people are well, some of these people are probably not online, but there are quite a few people actually online today, and that is it always surprises me to see anyone playing, to be honest. But it's exciting. I remember, like, when I first started, I always felt like no one was on. I mean, I saw people, but I didn't really feel like the world was alive. But no, I think I've changed my tune.
We Lominsons are sworn to
Oh my gosh, I
strive
forgot its
till
voice!
sea swallows all.
It makes it easier
And
for me. I don't
swallow
have
all
to
it
use
would
my voice
have
to
had
speak
Leviathan prevailed.
their words.
That we still strive now, we owe in no small part to you.
Well, I didn't
Not
do
for
it
the
alone,
first
that's
time.
for sure.
You have delivered Limsa Lominsa from the wrath of a primal. Never has our nation known a stouter ally.
You're welcome. I try.
On behalf of my people, I give you my humblest thanks.
Aw, Merlewib, we're friends. I look so cool now. I forgot about my new armor.
'Tis meet that I give
really look
thanks
like a
to
hero
old
now.
Mistbeard, too, for his fine solution.
True.
Whatever else he may have been, 'tis clear he was a resourceful soul. Would that I had a man like him in my service.
Before I set foot in these lands, I had no inkling that the people of Eorzea contended with such mighty foes.
Well, there's a lot going on
Suffice it to say, their existence came as something of a shock, as did the idea that they could be defeated.
here. Yes.
This experience has served to remind me of the vastness of the world and the boundless potential of man.
Yeah. Cool. I'm glad this was positive for you.
Though I am but a refugee in this realm, I would fain be of use to you in your fight.
I don't know what feign means, but I think it means like help.
Know that I am
Or I would
tutored
be a
in
part
one
of
of
it.
the foremost combat arts of the Far East. It may
Yes,
seem
she's one of the new
outlandish to the Eorzean eye,
classes.
but
I
should
can't
any
remember
of
which
your
one,
people
but
care to learn,
ninja.
I would be
I think.
pleased to initiate them.
Ooh, can I be a ninja?
And I will see to it that they are grateful. I have no doubt that your knowledge and skills will serve us well.
Yay.
Besides, your art is not so outlandish as you think. Would you not agree, Master Thancred?
You are similar.
Naught escapes your searching eye, Admiral. Few are privy to this information, but Limsa Lominsa is home to a certain secret fraternity. Its members are trained in a form of combat not unlike
Can
your
I
own.
join?
By my judgment, it should not be beyond such individuals to adapt to the techniques I witnessed you employing with such admirable deftness.
His feet are out.
I'm heartened
I just
to hear
need y'all
this.
to know. He does not
I
need his
too
feet to
noted
be
a
out like that.
kinship between your style and mine own. Though it seemed to me that you fought differently in the beginning.
I suppose I did. What can I say? I'm a man of many talents.
Though you may labor to believe it, Thancred was once something of a scoundrel who
Really?
fraternized with the criminal class in these parts.
Yestola! You jest, of course.
But for a chance encounter with Alphino's grandsire,
He looks so crazy.
he might never have left Limsa Lominsa, or received an education in Sharlian, or taken up his post in
Whoa.
Uldah, which is where he trained in the blade, lest you wonder.
Even I didn't know any of that.
Ophelia, please!
Is that real, or did they really make it up?
It would seem there is more to you than meets the eye, Master Thancred.
Lady Yugiri, I am told that you and yours came to Eorzea seeking permanent resettlement, and that many domins have since been engaged as frontier hands at Revenant's Toll. Moderna is many things, but a place of refuge it is not. Know that I would like nothing better than to furnish your people with a new home here on Lominsan soil. Alas, racked by instability as we are, our nation is in no fit state to take you in.
That's good that they addressed that, because, yeah, we did only try one place. We could have tried here or Gardenia, but it's good that they remind us that, hey, these
Yet
places
I'll
have a
not
lot of
have it
problems
said
too.
that we turned a blind eye to your suffering. Until such time as we can do more, I pledge to send provisions.
How nice! Thank you.
We are in your debt, Admiral. I realize that it scarce qualifies as repayment. But if it please you, I shall set about sharing my martial knowledge with your people at once.
Oh, there's more. Oh, Y'shtola?
You wished a word in private.
What's going on, secrets? Oh no, what's going on?
The better not to spoil the festive mood. History repeats itself, Admiral. As the kobolds did before them, the Sahagin resorted to summoning their god over a territorial feud. They acted in self-preservation. It may be that the Sahagin initiated this particular clash, but how it begins does not interest me so much as how it ends.
I have not forgotten our conversation, Y'shtola. I am aware that man bears part of the blame for the Primal's existence. Nor am I ignorant of the Sahagin's reason for acting.
True.
They sought to secure a place to breed and multiply that their kind might survive. Self-preservation, as you say.
Yeah.
But we have as much right to live and thrive as they. If our own survival is threatened, are we to lay down our arms and welcome oblivion? Nay.
No, but there are always different ways to solve things.
And so
you know?
you kill, that you might live.
Yes.
Yet if living is a right, then that right belongs to all peoples, be they men or beastmen.
I agree with you so much, Y'shtola. This is why we're besties.
I'll not deny your reasoning. But when a storm gathers, it falls to me to see my people safely through it. That is my duty, and I shall do it.
Yes, you both make wonderful points. What does Lady Yugiri think?
As must we all, Admiral. Stay the course then, but know that it will lead to no good end.
True. If you continue to fight this way, what will the outcome ever be? Oh. Don't even acknowledge Lady Yugiri right there. Did you not even see her?
Man has ever put himself first and foremost.
True.
To justify his actions, he clads himself in the armor of righteousness.
It causes us
though
a lot
it
of
be a fancy of
problems.
his own making. In this, mayhap the Garleans and we Domans are not so different.
True. This idea applies to more than one case.
Eorzea has become as a raging sea. If we are to keep our heads above the waves, we cannot scruple to drown the man next to us.
Yes.
When hopes of coexistence founder, strength must determine who has the greater right to live.
That's crazy. That's crazy to say. That's crazy. I mean, I can't imagine what they're thinking, but... And you know, like, having to deal with primals and stuff, like, we don't have to deal with giant gods, but... I just, you know... We're past the point of, what's it called? Natural selection. We don't live in a world where that exists anymore. There is no natural selection. There's just, like, us, you know? There's just what we do that causes us to live or die. Also old age, but, you know. Okay, moving on. When Yugiri met the fraternity. Oh, I thought we were going up, so I was skipping the thing because I thought he was just saying, oh, the Admiral wishes to see you. That is my bad. And now it's daytime. It's so foggy. I love the weather and mechanics in this game. So you're the woman the Admiral sent word of. I was hoping I might catch a glimpse of Thancred too. Been a while since I saw his grin, but what with all the doe-eyed wenches about, I expect he's got his hands full. Okay. Ah, Lady Yugiri! Ah, and you must be the Far Easterner, or what Merlewib says wants to train with us. Welcome to Limsa, milady. I am Yugiri of Doma. 'Tis an honor to make your acquaintance. I must confess, when I first learned of your organization, I had certain preconceptions as to the nature of your membership. It would seem I was mistaken. You're not the first person to say that, lass. Limsa's a city of pirates, to be sure, and pirates don't give two farts about keeping a spotless reputation. They hardly need a secret society to do their dirty work. Might be as my people and I keep to the shadows, but we've got nothing to be ashamed of. It's simply better for business that we remain unseen. And so you have developed fighting techniques suited to this purpose. I see. Know that the practitioners of my art, too, are denizens of shadow. 'Tis in stealth that our strength lies. There's much we might learn from one another, I think. Then what are we waiting for? If you'd come with us, you Gary of Do-What's-It, we can get acquainted in more private surrounds. Ha! That didn't come out right, did it? Interesting. Lady Willith, I shall remain with these people for a time, that I might study their ways. Though I am loath to be separated from my countrymen, I take solace in the knowledge that they are in the best of hands. You have been a true friend to us, Domans. No words would suffice to express my gratitude. Ere long, I hope to begin imparting my martial knowledge to the people of Eorzea. When the time comes, it would be my honor to welcome you as a student. Yes, I would love to learn from you. Oh my gosh, I got an elfin bow, and it is so cute. Oh my gosh, it's only 2 less than my Rosenbogen. Maybe I'll just wear it for a little bit. I think you can you glamour your weapons as well? Because I like a lot of my bows, but we'll see. Much more has occurred since first I beheld Eorzea's far from Yes, of course. Once an episode, I must not say things correctly. From the galleon's deck. Suffice it to say, I did not envision being invited to play a part in your noble struggle. But forgive me, I have kept you over long. Doubtless you have pressing business of your own. Rest assured that I no longer require an escort in this land. When next you meet Lady Minfilia, pray relate to her my humblest thanks. Would that I could do so in person, but I must needs fulfill my promise to the Admiral. Till we meet again, Warrior of Light. Okay. Now it's off to Minfilia again. See, this bow is so cute. Currently not super suited to my outfit I'm wearing, but super cute.
I've been reflecting upon the events which took place during our visit to Vilbrand. If you have a moment, I would share my conclusions with you.
Okay.
Please, bear with me.
I'm bearing. I am a bear now.
When the Sahagin Elder summoned Leviathan, he employed the power we have come to know as the Echo.
Right.
Though I cannot well explain the how of it. It would seem he became immortal in so doing.
True. What could that mean for us?
When the Admiral subsequently slew him, his spirit emerged from his lifeless flesh, a consciousness shorn of physical form. Thus transfigured, he took up residence in the body of his minion with the ease of a man donning a favorite glove. Long have I known that the Echo allows one to pass through the walls of a man's soul.
Right.
But never did I imagine that it could free us from our own flesh, nor less that our souls could then occupy the next corporeal vessel to take our fancy.
I mean,
It was of this that Elidibus spoke,
could be
an
helpful.
existence which knows neither cessation nor oblivion. And yet, though the Sahagin had mastered his gift and thereby become immortal, he was by no means invulnerable.
True.
As we both bore witness, he was ultimately absorbed into Leviathan. And the import of this observation? If the Ascians' mode of existence is indeed the same, it can be inferred that they too are not invulnerable, that they can be destroyed.
Yes, that's such a good thought.
There exists a legend which tells of souls who are reborn upon the cusp of each umbral calamity, that they might stay the encroaching darkness. To most, it is but a fairy tale, yet recent events have given me cause to wonder. Could the legend in fact refer to the Echo?
Good point.
Much and more yet remains unknown, but I am confident that all will become clear in time.
Well, if you're confident, I'm confident.
For the present, however, what matters is that the key to defeating the Ascians may at last be within sight.
Ooh.
With Urianger's aid, it is my hope that I shall fathom this matter ere long.
Oh, speak of him, here he is.
Oh, I was just about to send for you, my friend. Is Artemis?
Probably if he's running in here.
Grave tidings from the Sharlayan motherland, my lady. It doth concern our distant allies, the students of
yes.
Valdesian.
What of them?
What we
My
fear.
lady, the Isle of Val, which for many years hath been the Order's home, is no more.
No more? Whatever do you mean?
I relate only that which hath been conveyed unto me by our agents. An etheric wave of the highest magnitude was recorded in the region.
What?
Soon thereafter, 'twas observed that the isle
How?
ceased. 'Tis postulated that a magic was evoked, like in power to Ultima.
12 preserve.
What do we do? Ah, back here. More talks?
If there are no other matters, I move that today's meeting be adjourned.
Okay, goodbye, everybody. Except for that guy. What's he thinking about? Hello?
It is done, my lord.
What's done?
I... Forgive my impertinence, my lord, but these orders, I am uncertain as to what end they serve.
What?
Revolution.
You're bad? Wait, what? I thought it was the other guy. It's you? Huh? What? What? Who are you? What are you doing? What? Huh? What's he up to? Our friends, the very isle itself, everyone and everything. Disappeared. No, it avails us not to speculate. Urianger, I'll say it right now, will send word if there are any developments. Until such time as he does, we must remain firmly focused on that which is within our power to change. With that in mind, I would speak of a different matter, one closer to home. Okay? What? It concerns etheric fluctuations which we previously attributed to good King Mughal the 12th. That the king is no more is a blessing for which we have you to thank. Actually, there's another harder dungeon I can do with him, but I understand what you're saying. Yet all is not well in the 12's Wood. Our latest readings reveal an ongoing etheric disturbance of considerable magnitude. They may even suggest the presence of a primal. Needless to say, the mere possibility warrants immediate investigation, and I would have you... Oh, Asilia, I do not wish to interrupt, but we have a problem. Oh no, what's the problem? What manner of problem? A band of refugees hailing from Uldah this time are come to Revenant's Toll seeking asylum. It would seem they expect us to afford them the same treatment we gave the Domans. At present, they are in the 7th heaven awaiting a formal response. I see. Mayhap this was to be expected. I shall meet with them at once. Asilia, you know full well we haven't the resources to accommodate many more people. Consider what will happen if you do this. Word will spread and more will follow. Your opinion is duly noted, but I will hear their suit. At least hear them out and see what's going on. Willith, I should be grateful for your presence at this meeting. I'm the muscle, huh? I just stand there and look intimidating. Are you sure you want to do this? I have a bow and arrow with your name on it. What do you need? I apologize for keeping you waiting. My name is Minfilia, and I lead the Scions of the 7th Dawn. 12 be praised, it is you! We're ready and willing to work, same as the Domans. Just give us a task and we'll see it done. Pray, calm yourselves. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I know not of your situation. Beg your pardon, antecedent. I ain't so good with words. We've been living off the scraps of Uldah for years now, trying to piece together a life to replace the ones that got took. They say there's work, but there's not for an honest man. Not as wouldn't sully his soul sooner than his palms any road. The flames do what they can for us, of course, but it ain't near enough. And it only gets worse. When the calamity brought us to our knees, those rich guys in the city didn't help us up. They climbed on our backs. I don't pretend to be clever, but even I can see what's coming. I knew we had to run. The only question was where. And then it came to me, Revenant's Toll. I mean, you took them foreigners in, didn't you? So surely you did the same for us. Oh, this is so tough. I fear the situation is rather more complicated. While it is true that we accepted the Doman's petition for aid, the decision was the product of extraordinary circumstances. I sympathize deeply with your plight, but pray understand that it is not possible for an organization of our means to aid all who have been affected by the calamity. And so it is with great regret that I must deny your request. But we've nowhere else to go. You're turning your backs on us? If I might have a word, Tataru. Tataru is aught amiss? Ill tidings from Uldah, my lady. Alphino has been wounded! What? How? Is it serious? I cannot say for certain, but I fear it might be. According to the flames, the refugees started a riot. They went wild, apparently, lashing out at anyone and everyone. That can't be right. Why would they? They must have been provoked. The demonstration was meant to be peaceful. Now the Blades have an excuse. They'll round us up and kill anyone who tries to resist. Antecedent, please, if you won't help us build a new life, at least help us keep the ones we've got. I can go check it out. My lady. We are not ones to stand idly by and watch innocents suffer. However, until we know more of the circumstances surrounding this riot, I am not certain what aid, if any, we can provide. If the authorities determine the refugees attacked without provocation, then those responsible will have to answer for their actions. How can you be so blind? Find Alphino and quickly. If he is in danger or worse, I would have you and none other by his side. The guy said revolution, so I think he did something to stir up the refugees to make them do that for some reason. I don't know what he gains from that yet, but that's what I'm thinking happened. Thank you. Pray do not concern yourself with the matter we were discussing earlier. Ada and Papalimo will see to it. Alphino is being treated at the Hourglass. Hurry, Willith. You can count on me. I can teleport anywhere. Alphino, are you okay? Did you die? What happened? I came to check on you.
You must have gathered by now that Tataru is given to exaggeration.
I don't know.
As you can see, I am quite well.
Last time I left my friends alone, they all died in the waking sands. So...
Uldah, on the other hand,
forgive
is not.
me for being a little
this
scared.
riot was anything but an isolated incident.
Somebody's doing
there
something.
There is a restlessness in the air. Tensions long simmering are at last threatening to boil over. Uldah is a nation infamous for the great disparity between the wealthy and the poor. The majority of the populace accepts this state of affairs because they believe that every man bears responsibility for his own lot in life.
Which is true to a certain extent, but sometimes it's not.
Uldan, money is the foremost, and some would say the only measure of a man's worth. Small wonder that the wealthiest wield the greatest influence. So where do the refugees fit into this social hierarchy? What place is there for those who fled Alamigo and the destruction of the calamity? Plainly, there is none. They have no wealth, no power, and no worth.
I didn't mean to skip it if I skipped something. I'm just so...
Choosing
I don't know
to
what to
ignore
do.
their existence, however, is patently not an option. General Rauban and the Sultana understand this, which is why they ordered the Immortal Flames to provide the refugees aid and succor. Yet none would dispute that the expenses incurred by this policy grow by the day, with no end in sight. This has prompted more and more Uldans to question their obligation to aid these worthless wanderers. While more and more refugees have come to resent their treatment at the hands of the sneering citizenry. The manner of Lord Lolorito's refusal to grant the Dolmens asylum bespoke a disdain for all refugees, an attitude shared by the rest of the monetarists. And you may be sure they make no effort to conceal their opinions. It was only a matter of time before the refugees united in protest. Nor is it any surprise that some among them would ultimately resort to violence.
Maybe because I saw that cutscene, I know there's something more at play.
That the Immortal Flames should choose this of all occasions to engage in joint training exercises with the other Grand Companies.
Ooh, so
By the
there's
time they return,
motive for the timing as
situation
well.
may well have deteriorated beyond mending.
As I told you before, it was all but inevitable that an incident of this kind would eventually occur given the rising tensions within the Sultanate. Nevertheless, I have reason to believe that this particular riot may not have begun spontaneously. Have I piqued your curiosity? Good. Then you'll accompany me to the Hall of Flames. I would hear what General Relban has to say upon the matter. Well, I know also, but yes, I agree. What do you do with your life that your computer can run all day so that your character can sit here and sweep? Now is not a good time, Willith. My hands are full dealing with the refugees. I know, that's what I came to talk about. Precisely the matter we wish to discuss, General. Alphino, back on your feet already. You may credit my swift recovery to your chirurgeons. My memories of the riot are still somewhat muddled. I trust you managed to regain control of the situation? Not entirely. We secured the city soon enough, but not before the unrest had spread to the surrounding territories. Pockets of resistance remain throughout Thanalin. We have sent what forces we can spare to root out the last of the belligerents, but progress is slow. They are elusive. I can imagine. Given the majority of refugees live outside the walls, it stands to reason that they would know the lay of the land. What I do not understand is how they came to be so well prepared. Before my little accident, I observed that several of the refugees were armed, and not with butcher's knives or pitchforks, but with martial weaponry. I need hardly add that such equipment is costly. None can deny the tensions between the Uldan citizenry and the refugee population have increased since the Domans were turned away, but would that motivate a starving man to purchase arms in lieu of food? I think not. And what of those who had not even a single guild to spend, who could not survive without the aid provided by the immortal flames? Surely they would sooner sell a weapon than bring it to bear against their benefactors. Come to the point. Very well. My point, General, is that this powder keg of discontent was not set alight by chance. These events were deliberately set in motion, and now order must be restored. That is my first duty. Until it is done, any investigation can wait. I do not have time to discuss this. My scouts will be returning anon. Looks like it's up to us to figure it out. The General is no fool. He keeps his own counsel, and with good cause. Were he to claim, without the necessary proof, that these riots were instigated by outside forces, the Monetaris would accuse him of attempting to shirk responsibility. After all, he and the Sultana have been the most outspoken proponents of refugee aid. Regardless, they will face harsh criticism in the days ahead. Our allies may stumble upon the truth in time, but I have far more faith in your abilities, Willith. Therefore, I propose we conduct our own investigation, independent of the authorities. To that end, I would have you make inquiries in the settlements suspected of harboring belligerents. Commander Swift will know which they are. He may balk at a request for such information, but I've no doubt that you can persuade him with your silver tongue. I, meanwhile, shall seek answers in my own way, after which we can regroup and share our findings. Well then, shall we? Sure. I got nothing better to do. You look as though you have something to say, Willith, do you? What you ask is no simple favor. Were such information to fall into the wrong hands, the lives of countless soldiers would be at risk. Even so, there is wisdom in your words. An able individual may be better suited to this task than a regiment. Very well, the Brass Blades have reported suspicious activity in the vicinity of Lost Hope. It may be unrelated to recent events, but we doubt it. I suggest you begin by speaking to the Blades posted there. Alright. Alright, what do you know? And what brings you here, adventurer? A search for refugees? Well, then you've come to the right place. Oh, you mean those refugees? Oh, no, you won't find them here. Most of the people of Lost Hope have come to accept their situation and are content to pass their days in peace and quiet. Outsiders have trouble understanding that. Like that merchant who passed through recently. Gregarious fellow, but awfully opinionated. Can't say I was sad to see him go. Ah, it's the guy! A friend of the Sultanate, are we? I take it this means someone has read my report. The refugees who left with the merchant have yet to return, and I am increasingly concerned that Zazawaka's suspicions were correct. You haven't the foggiest what I'm talking about, do you? Never mind. Speak with Zazawaka. He'll explain everything. Okay, what does this man know? Don't hurt me. I'm not one of them. I beg your pardon? You're not a flame? I see. If Leofric bid you speak with me, then I take it you've agreed to help. 12 be praised for that, because we haven't a moment to waste. Everyone knows the flames are on the march. The others have fallen under the fanatic spell, but not I. Promises of revolution and retribution, of holding the ruling class to account and taking that which is owed. Ha! A childish fantasy. I did everything I could to dissuade the others from leaving, but fewer would heed my words. Now that one of our idealists has returned, however, the madness of the merchant's plan is plain for all to see. Look behind yonder tent, and you'll understand why. Even now he babbles incoherently, so traumatized is he by the bloodshed he witnessed. Try as I might, I can make little sense of his words beyond the fact that he was not alone in surviving. Yet I've no doubt that merchant will lead the remainder to their doom. I beg you find them before he does. I also had some sort of other quest for you. I had no idea what was going on. But, What are you doing? Don't draw. Don't draw. Don't draw. Don't draw. Why did you run away with me? We could have escaped together. Then you'd be here with me. Be here to soothe me. Why did you have to stay and leave me alone? Aw, I can do that. Soothe. Calm down. Who are you? What do you want? It's true. I followed the merchant, and may the gods strike me down for my folly. What they will not give, you must take, he said. When we asked how, he revealed a cache of weapons he had brought and implored us to seize control of our fates. I thought about running then and there, but the others were so excited. He split us into 2 groups, sent us off on our own. But when the flames found us, we didn't know what to do. Our leader tried to parley with theirs, but then they started arguing and then fighting, and then everyone was fighting, and the flames were shouting to give no quarter, and... Oh God, it's the other group. They're still out there. If we don't stop them, they'll be massacred like mine was. The other refugees are hiding in the cave south of Lost Hope, but to approach them would be fruitless. They would sooner call us agents of the Sultanate and try to kill us than listen to reason. Why, the twins might even deign to do the deed themselves. A pox on all bloody sellswords. They were supposed to train us to fight, but the ones he sent us vanished within the struggle. Oh, if only we had never listened to the merchant's ridiculous claims. He said our cause was righteous, that the gods would never suffer us to be defeated, though if they were forced to confront reality. That's it. Challenge the twins to combat and show my brethren that their strongest warriors are no match for one woman. Mayhap then they will agree to lay down their arms and renounce this plot. That's actually a good idea, buddy. They found us. Everyone grab your gear and make for the rendezvous point. So that's your game, is it? Sorry to disappoint you, lass, but we're more than willing to kill you ourselves. Oh, that's unfortunate. You beat him like it was nothing. Thal almighty, what are we gonna do now? Go back home? I think that's your best bet. You've returned. Did you find my brother and what of the twins? What happened? I see. Well, you had no choice. Better that a handful of them take a beating from you than the lot get butchered by the flames. Tell me, what did the merchant have to say when it was over? Maybe he wasn't there. Huh? But where else would he be, unless he went to Stone's Throw to recruit others? Ooh, time to go to Stone's Throw. The merchant wished to approach the refugees in Stone's Throw, but was waiting until the flames withdrew their forces from the vicinity. Now that they have, there's nothing to stop him from continuing his work. How many more must perish in pursuit of this fruitless cause? How much more suffering must we endure before it ends? Find him, convince him to cease his mad quest. It will surely lead us to ruin. Can do. Bye. Oh no, poor little baby. Have you seen my parents? Oh no! I don't know where they are, but I can find them, I hope. They told me to stay here with the others. They said they'd be back soon, but it's been days. They left me with the man from Uldah. The man said they were going to change everything. Make it so we could live inside the walls with everyone else. I liked it when he said that. I didn't like it when he talked about making the rich people pay. Everyone looked so angry and I got scared. Oh. Say, miss, are you looking for someone? I'm looking for a merchant. I'm looking for that guy. Do you know who he is or where he went? You mean the man who left with my parents? But I don't know where he... Oh. Wait, look, over there. I think that's him. Well, now, which of these gullible fools shall be my next victim? Oh, it's just some random guy? I'll kill you. For fun. You! Time to chase him. He's getting away! Go get him, miss! Alright. I really am sneaking up on him. You again! Why are you pursuing me? Because you've been sending people to their death. Sedition, treason, revolution, that's preposterous. Who has filled your head with these lies? Refugees? The self-same refugees who terrorize the streets of Uldah? You have no evidence to prove your accusations, none. But I have people who could testify it was you. No, I will not accompany you to the Hall of Flames. You have no right to detain me. Oh, really? For the sake of argument, let us say I did do the things you claim. Surely you don't think I give a Kirkin's butt about politics? It was business, only business. Business with who? Yeah. Tell me. Who set you up to this? Another person. We both know I'm not the one you want. However, if you agree to protect me, I swear I shall tell you everything. I don't think we have that long, but okay. Oh, there it is. Great. My one lead! Killed by a bow and arrow. This is not great. Yeah, you guys couldn't have helped me earlier? Oh, it kind of looks like I did that. Huh. The bow and arrow starts from my back. I did not do it! The killer may still be close. I hope you guys find him. He's up over there. Hold on, adventurer. I would know more about your relationship with the victim as well as the events leading up to his death. Well, I just found him and was interviewing him and then he got shot. This man was responsible for the recent riots. Mayhap we owe his murderer a debt of gratitude. In any case, it is obvious you are not the one whom we seek. You may carry on with your investigation, Scion. Really? That easily? I mean, I didn't do it, but... What news, Willith? Where is the merchant? Dead by someone else. Murdered. He was not simply murdered, Willith. He was silenced. Too many knew his face, and he was ready to divulge his secrets. Do not despair, though. We may be closer to identifying the true orchestrator of these riots than you realize. The Flame General left word that you were to proceed to the Fragrant Chamber as soon as you returned. He wishes to discuss your recent discoveries, as well as the results of his own investigation. Master Alphino has already been informed and should be waiting for you outside. Pray proceed to the Royal Promenade with all haste and speak with Bartholomew. I wonder what information they have. They got anything new, anything better than I did? Okay.
Commander Swift has kept us apprised of your recent activities.
Oh, I'm sitting on a chair.
You've made great strides towards quelling the violence.
I tried.
Despite our best efforts to determine what provoked this uprising, the truth continues to elude us. Have you uncovered aught which might shed some light on the mystery?
Did you figure it out?
This information does not leave this room.
Your secret's safe with me.
The Syndicate's decision to reject the Doman refugees' appeal for asylum had lasting repercussions. A number of those displaced by the calamity claimed it was proof of a policy of discrimination. Together with a group of Alamegan refugees, they organized a series of demonstrations to protest against the Sultanate.
Yes, but they were supposed to be peaceful.
Demonstrations which became heated, but did not descend into violence.
Right.
Until a certain incident served as a call to arms.
A unit of brass blades sent to supervise a demonstration loosed arrows upon unarmed protesters.
Why?
It was this atrocity which prompted the refugees to take up arms. I need not tell you what followed.
But why would they do that?
We assumed at first that the attack was born of a miscommunication. When emotions run high, they happen. But suspicions were raised regarding the unit's commanding officer, whom I ordered interrogated.
Good.
Sure enough, our fears were soon confirmed. The dog confessed that a merchant had offered him coin to give the order. A merchant in the employ of Teleji Adeleji.
Teleji Adeleji? But he spoke in favor of the Doman's cause.
Right.
And has ever seemed sympathetic towards the refugees' plight. Why would he do such a thing?
Know you of the Cartano Reclamation Bill?
No.
It is a proposal to annex the Cartano Flats so that refugees may establish permanent settlements.
Okay.
When last I looked, that was disputed territory.
Aye. Some might even call it a battlefield.
I need to know more. Hurry up and load. I need to understand. What the heck is going on?
The destruction wrought by Bahamut was greatest at the Cartano Flats. That much is common knowledge.
Well, it's common knowledge now that you've told it to me for the
What
first
is
time.
less well known is that his rampage laid bare ancient Alagon ruins, of which no record existed. There are certain differences of opinion as to how these ruins should be handled, which is why each nation maintains a military presence in the region to this day.
I see. People don't know what to do
Yet
with it.
differ though we may, we are still allies. Therefore, in the interest of preserving the Eorzean alliance, we have reached an agreement. Any conflict which may arise during the course of military exercises in the region shall have no bearing on relations between our nations.
So fights there
In
don't
full
count.
knowledge of this delicate state of affairs, Teleji Adeleji proposed the Cartano Reclamation Bill. A shameless bloody ruse which stands to benefit him in but one
He can make
conceivable
money?
way.
Isn't that what all Uldans care about?
If
as they said?
successful, he will gain control over the disputed territory
True,
under
he'd
the
be in charge
guise
of
of
it.
assisting in the resettlement effort. And you can be sure he'll build an orphanage next to every Allagan ruin.
The man would threaten the unity of the Eorzean Alliance and risk countless lives for personal gain.
Well, that's what they said at the beginning. Someone said that he was kind of shady. And we forgot about that because he said he supported the
He
Domans.
walks a path all his own, independent of any faction and beholden to none of his fellows on the Syndicate.
By inciting the less fortunate to violence, he hopes to convince others that the Cartano Reclamation Bill is the only viable solution. His sympathy for the plight of the Domans was not but posturing to gain credibility with the refugees. Of that there can be no doubt.
Wow. I was fooled! I was tricked by this man.
Forgive me, but what could possibly motivate Teleji Adeleji to go to such lengths? What is so special about these ruins that he would risk his position on the Syndicate?
Power,
and,
probably.
most likely, charges of treason against the Sultanate.
Omega.
Huh?
Pardon?
Yeah, scusi?
An Allagan monstrosity, not unlike the Ultima weapon. Mayhap larger, we know not.
And he wants
It has
it.
yet to be fully excavated. Allagan inscriptions indicate that it was created to fell Bahamut himself.
Is this where the
If
coils
accurate,
were supposed to come in?
might
Because I already
explain
did
why
them.
Nail Van Darnus chose to bring the Red Moon down upon the Cartano Flats, given the ends he went to ensure Eorzea's annihilation. Destroying the one weapon which could stay the Elder Primal may well have seemed like good sense.
When first I bore witness to the power of the Ultima weapon, I doubted the evidence of my senses. And now you tell me there is another such weapon, one which could contend with Bahamut. Bahamut!
Yes. I actually
Aye,
spoke to your sister about
we were
this.
skeptical ourselves. Truth be told, until the Ultima weapon's existence came to light, we thought the inscription had been mistranslated.
At present, Omega is more akin to a fossil than a tool of war, having long since ceased to function. As such, its true potential cannot accurately be gauged. However, if someone were to restore it, as the Garleans did the Ultima weapon, I have little doubt that he would wield untold power.
Yes, that would not be great.
Power enough to subjugate Uldah like as not, and the rest of Eorzea besides, which is doubtless why Teleji Adeleji yearns to have it.
That he should aspire to world domination. He who has ever walked 2 paces behind Lord Lolorito in matters of commerce.
'Tis in acknowledgement of his own limitations that he seeks this power.
True.
Woe betide us all should we allow him to have it.
So what do we do?
Pray waste no time chasing rats. Only a fool would believe that secrets can be kept in Uldah.
Someone's gonna tell him and
It would seem the
gonna do
implications of the
something.
Sultanate's refugee problem are rather more far-reaching than we assumed.
what do we do? To know the truth, and yet the thought that all this chaos was the product of one man's lust for power sickens me. How long do you think they intend to hide the existence of Omega from the Scions? That they even felt the need to do so is most troubling. I agree, that is also another problem I didn't think about. It would be in our best interest to learn more of the military activities in the disputed territories. Fortunately, you are already well positioned to do so, Sergeant Leif. Pray keep us informed of any developments in Cartano. Okay. Be gone, whelp. This is no place for children. Who's this? Oh, it's the little kid from before. What happened? I'm sorry. Elle, what's happened? I was looking for you, miss. You said you were looking for the man who left with my parents. You know this girl? Yes, we met briefly when I was looking for who did this, and she is very sweet, and I went to help her. So I visited Stone's store as well. I see. Did you find the man? Were my parents with him? They were not, I am afraid. However, I can think of several places they might be. If you like, we can go and look for them together. Oh, how nice! Really, you'll help me look, mister? Of course. But first, I must needs finish speaking with my friend. She's telling me a secret, you see, so no one else is allowed to listen. Mayhap you could wait for me by that pillow over there? We require but a moment. Aww. Okay, mister, I'll be waiting. So trusting of strangers. I'll take her to Quicksand. Mayhap Momodi will know what to do. A legion of Garleans, an aether-starved primal. Even dealing with an Ascian would be preferable to this charade. Sometimes I fear Menphilia is too ambitious. We rush hither and yon in response to threats as they arise, without concern for the strain it places on our limited resources, and ourselves. Mayhap the time has come for a change. Change how? Hello? Willith, this is Menphilia. I know this is sudden, but I must ask you return to Revenant's Toll with all due haste. The situation in the 12 Sword has taken a turn for the worst. I will explain in detail once you arrive. Another thing for me to go fix. I gotta go deal with probably another primal, I think. The 12's Wood, then the primal threat she spoke of before has been confirmed. I have received no ports of Ixal activity, which leaves the Sylphs? Go, Willith. You know as well as I that the appearance of a primal takes precedence over all else. Oh, and when you arrive, do inform the antecedent that while I am grateful for her concern, she needn't fear for my safety. I am more than capable of protecting myself. As I can see. Bye. It's a relief to see you healthy and hale, Willith. The latest news from Uldah was most disturbing. Well, it was kind of crazy, and we'll definitely need to go back to that later, but, you know, what's going on now? Clearly the only injury Alphino suffered was to his ego. Doubtless it will heal ere long. The other scions will need to be present for this meeting. If you're ready to begin, I will summon them now. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for responding to my call with such haste. Rest assured, I should not have summoned you were it not urgent. To business, then. I've received some most disturbing news from the Order of the Twin Adder. They have reason to believe that the Sylphs may have called forth their revered guardian, the Primal Ramu. Really? I'm sorry, may have? Then it is not certain. The Elder Seedseer informs us that the elementals themselves murmur of the Lord of Levin's return to the forest. The Sylph lands, however, display no signs of undue commotion. Forgive me, antecedent, but the fact need not contradict the elemental's testimony. Unlike his more bellicose compeers, Garuda and so on, Ramu is reputed to act only in the defense of his children. I imagine he would soon make his presence known if any were foolish enough to directly endanger the Sylphs or their territory. The abruptness of this development concerns me. Were we not keeping a close watch on the Touched Ones and their movements? If preparations for a summoning ritual were indeed underway, 'twould surely not have escaped your notice. Oh, it didn't. I was pretty sure it was going to happen, just not this soon. I beg your pardon. You foresaw this eventuality and did not to prevent it. I told Papalimo. I suppose I could have reported things to Menphilia earlier, but there honestly wasn't much we could do except wait and see. You know how the Sylphs feel about people poking around in their territory. They already summoned Ramu once, right after the calamity, but that was because the Garleans came tramping through their forest. And so long as Castrum Orient stands, the Sylphs cannot be blamed for wishing to have their guardian deity on hand. In short, Ida and I are in agreement. The actions of the forest folk were inevitable and unavoidable. And I maintain the observation would have remained the best policy had it not been for the sudden influx of strangers into the Black Shroud. That, alas, we did not foresee. By all accounts, the recent violence in Uldah drove a number of refugees to seek safety under the concealing canopy of the trees. I see. Just like the Sylphs perceived this panicked migration as yet another invasion, and quickened their efforts to summon their god. I am put in mind of Titan and the kobolds. Once again, it is the affairs of men which have paved the way for a primal's coming. I agree. Indeed, one cannot help but wonder what manner of place Eorzea would be without this civilizing influence of mankind. Be that as it may, this regrettable development does afford us a unique opportunity. Willith, through your dealings with the Sylphs of Little Solace, you once succeeded in preventing an untimely conflict with Gridania. I wonder, might one who has treated with the Sylphs so fruitfully in the past not achieve similar success with their patron deity? If Ramu can be convinced of our intentions, it may be the first step to breaking the cycle of primal summoning. I see. A fond hope. Were such thing possible, we would not have been at war with the Beastmen since time immemorial. But maybe this time we can... Let us continue this discussion anon. We must needs first consult with the nation most affected by Ramu's presence. The Elder Seatsier has requested your personal involvement, Willith. Well, it is my hometown. Pray report to Commander Hulawa at the Adder's Nest as soon as you're able. Steel yourself for the worst. While I hope for a peaceful resolution to this matter, experience suggests that your meeting with the Lord of Levin will prove less than amicable. In such an event, your fellow Scions will of course lend you whatever support you require. Will they? Are you sure about that? Well, that is it for this episode. I guess next time we'll be speaking to Ramu, which is crazy. Also, I need to know more about the situation in Uldah. I need to know what's going to happen. Does this lead into Heaven's Word, or is it just like an enclosed story before Heaven's Word? I'm so curious. I need to know. I have so many questions. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye!